It's Friday, October 6th, and time for your Barbados Day afternoon news update. I'm Kamar Jordan. Thanks for joining us. Our top story, the long-awaited Teaching Service Commission will be proclaimed on October 16. Prime Minister Frendo Stewart made the announcement as he addressed the launch of the Personnel Administration Division's Management Solution at the Lloyd Urchin Sandiford Center this morning. Mr. Stewart said once this process is completed, he will then instruct the Governor-General to appoint members of the Commission. He said the Commission will also ensure that the concerns of educators receive full attention and that their issues are addressed. Forget the downgrades and all the negative talk and focus on turning around Barbados. That's the advice being issued by Commerce Minister Donville Inniss, who says he wants to see an about turn in the attitudes of Barbadians. Mr. Inniss says while it's been not the best of times for the economy, there's no reason for citizens to throw their hands up in the air and moan and groan about the situation. He tells Barbados Today the country will be better served if citizens focused on key areas of improvement to return the country to growth.
I think we ought to spend more time and more energy though focusing on being a more productive society, earning more foreign exchange through the export of goods and services, saving on foreign exchange by producing more of what we consume in this society, being better facilitators of investment, domestic, regional, and international investment. Those are things that we continue to focus on.
There's no reason to fear the bid by the Barbados Light and Power Company for a review of the fuel clause adjustment. The power company has filed an application before the Fair Trading Commission for changes to the clause to help recoup its investment in storage facilities. President of the Barbados Renewable Energy Association, Aidan Rogers, told a town hall meeting last night, examining the issue, that the move is not unreasonable and Barbadians will benefit in the long run.
The application is predicated on the basis that if we make this investment, this is the utility, into a battery storage system, it would produce savings on an annual basis of X in terms of fuel consumed. And they would extract a portion of those savings in fuel consumed to cover the annual recovery of the purchase of that system. Theoretically, the application is indicating that there should be no cost to consumers. And some of this analysis is what would really concern the interveners in the whole application as to how this formulation was arrived at, what do the numbers represent, how would it determine, and questions pertaining to the cost recovery rate for this system.
It's no longer a matter of if the Caribbean will continue to experience more extreme hurricanes as a result of the effects of climate change. So warned St. Lucia's former Minister of Sustainable Development, Dr. James Fletcher, as he delivered a lecture to the St. Lucian Students Association at the Cave Hill campus, citing the recent Category 5 hurricanes which wreaked havoc in neighboring islands of Dominica and Barbuda. Dr. Fletcher warned that other islands will have to weather similar hazards in the coming years.
This is now going to be our reality. We will now have to deal with the fact that it's Russian roulette. Maybe next year it won't be us, maybe the year after it won't be us, but it is inevitable. We will be visited, every single one of us, by a major hurricane sometime in the future. We have to prepare for that. And I think what has happened to Dominica, what has happened to Barbuda, is giving us an opportunity, unfortunately, even while our brothers and sisters are brought to their knees and are really almost destitute in these countries, but to see what we can do so that when, not if, when a hurricane strikes us, we are in a position to get up a little faster or maybe to minimize the loss of lives and loss of lives.
Dr. Fletcher was one of the Caribbean ministers instrumental in negotiating the Paris Agreement in 2015, under which countries pledged to curb greenhouse gas emissions to 1.5 degrees Celsius. There's regional and international news after this short break.
Morning, Miss Oya.
Morning. You again. So you're washing cars now? Well, I can't keep up with you at all.
Yes, girl. You know they're going provision to selling slow. And I don't sell nation newspapers at all because them don't sell. So I washing cars now. I like to get up before 8:30 because I can't take the hot sun. You want the car wash?
No, not today. It clean.
But you're going in very early though?
Yeah, I just going early so I can read the Barbados today online before work starts.
Right. But you can still let me clean the vendor for the $2. At least it's still cheaper than the Nation newspaper.
All right.
I got a special boo here that I got it shiny. Thank you. Enjoy your day here.
You too.
All right. What that paper is? She can see clearly when the dirt is gone.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To the region now, in the Bahamas, in a revelation that drew gasps and cries of shock in the House of Assembly, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Peter Turnquest, said yesterday that the country's deficit for the 2016-2017 fiscal year now stands at $695 million. And he laid blame squarely at the feet of the former Perry Christie administration. We get the details now in this ZNS report.
He admitted that the projected deficit of the country that he submitted during the budget debate earlier this year was wrong. He said in actuality, the deficit of the country is much higher than he could have imagined.
As of yesterday, the budgeted or the projected deficit for 2016-17 is $695 million. What? $695 million, Mr. Speaker. That is the deficit as of yesterday. That's $595 million more than the previous PLP government projected in their 2016-17 budget. Absolutely incredible, Mr. Speaker. You know, and I want to apologize to them. I do want to apologize to them and to the Bahamian people for underestimating the depth of their fiscal incompetence.
He details some of those bills, noting that many of them are still outstanding.
There are bills that are still outstanding that we haven't paid, that we cannot pay. We're waiting for the money to pay. Mr. Speaker, just for June alone, that adds up to $381 million Bahamian dollars. They ran us into a proverbial financial ditch, Mr. Speaker, and then they want to blame us.
On the international scene in the U.S., New Orleans and states from Louisiana to Florida are bracing for the passage of Tropical Storm Nate, which forecasters say could become a hurricane this weekend. This would be the third storm to hit the U.S. mainland in 6 weeks.
Very close to maybe 50 miles one way or the other of Plaquemines Parish, which is south of New Orleans, and that will be tomorrow night. So we have about 36 hours of prep time before the storm actually makes landfall. 50 miles per hour now at the 11 o'clock advisory. Still traveling to the north, going to clip Cancun and Cozumel, and then eventually get into very warm water in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's when it's expected to really get going to an 80-mile-per-hour storm very close to New Orleans, Louisiana. Now, it will still be a 60-mile-per-hour storm as it traverses parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. That will bring down power lines, and even, of course, many of the branches on these older trees are going to be nothing for a 60-mile-per-hour storm. They're going to be taking these branches down quickly.
And that's where we end our afternoon news update. But for more, you can join us at www.barbadosday.bb. Remember, you can also subscribe to our e-paper or email updates, or you can like us on Facebook. Of course, if you're moving around Barbados today this afternoon, you can also check us out on Izumi Media in bus terminals or Screenplay in a supermarket or a gas station near you. Also, tune in to Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Kmar Jordan. Have a fabulous afternoon. And be sure to join us back later on this evening for our next update.